companies in the world, top 15 steel companies in the world, how many are in the U.S.? I want you to guess out of top 15 steel companies in the world.
None.
How many?
Do we have zero?
Zero.
Oh,
Zero.
man.
Do you know how many are out of China? Out of the top 15?
12.
No. 9.
Damn.
It's all China.
China.
So let me ask you this question.
They make shitty products, don't they?
We took this business that we were dominating and we give it to China. 9 out of 15 is China's. And we're sitting here, we're supposed to follow what this Mark Cuban guy is saying. Tariffs are bad and all this other stuff. Now watch this. You know what else we saw while we're going through this? We looked at the other part where the argument's being made and they say, well, Adam Smith, Wealth of Nations, he believes in free trade. He doesn't believe in tariffs, right? He never said about tariffs. You know, tariffs are bad. It's a tax. It's inflation. It's a tax passed down to the customers, and that's what it is. Sometimes it is. But you know what he said? Here's what Adam Smith said. He says, I don't believe in tariffs except for 2 occasions. You ready? He said, for defense of domestic industries essential to national security, or counteracting tariffs imposed by other nations, creating a level playing field. Let's look at the first one. What did he say? Smith believes that tariffs should only be used in 2 instances. What's the first one? Defense of domestic industries essential to national security. Is there any of that going on in America today?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Is any of the national security talk to China, linked to China? Are those any of the challenges going on? So you can say, yes, Adam Smith, Wealth of Nations, believes in free trade and not in tariffs. But no. Let's not talk about this one that Adam Smith believed that one of the 2 reasons is when it's a national threat, security, defense of domestic industries essential to No. This is happening today. That's why you need the tariff. So what he's doing is essential. And by the way, the part that most people have a hard time with when they sit down and talk about all of these tariffs, the way I try to explain it to my son that he can understand it is in the following way. If you're in sales, you're in real estate, I'm in insurance. We go to a Chamber of Commerce event. You've done this before, Tom, and you're networking. I say, Vinny, you're in real estate, I'm in insurance. How about we exchange clients? You send me referrals that need help with insurance. I send you referrals with people that want to buy what?
House.
A house. Okay. So 6 months later, you've given me 10 referrals. I've given you 50 referrals. Who's given who more referrals? I've given you 40 more, right? Yeah. So your trade surplus is 40 referrals. My trade deficit is 40 referrals. Did you get the trade surplus and deficit? Now imagine, after 5 years, I've given you 1,100 more referrals than you're giving me. How much longer are you going to go with giving me referrals?
I'm going to have to renegotiate.
What are you going to say to me, though? What are you going to say? What would you say, Tom? If you and I are exchanging referrals, you've given me 1,100 more referrals than I've given you. What kind of conversation are we having?
You know, when we started this off, you know, there was a little difference between us, and I kind of thought it would level out over time. But over the last 10 years, I've given you a hell of a lot more than you've given me, and I kind of expected this to level up. And you know what? We need to level it up.
So what are you going to do about it?
I'm going to do one of 2 things.
Okay.
I'm going to look at the value of the trade, and maybe I'm going to put a tax on you that levels the playing field.
Perfect. And you're going to stop giving me referrals and until I show you that I care about your business as much as you care about my business.
1,000%.
You know why I use the example 1,100? Do you know what's the trade deficit America has worldwide with surplus? 1.1 trillion. Each referral equals $1 billion. U.S.'s trade deficit is 1.1 trillion. Do you know what China's surplus is? $820 billion. China sat around getting fat by having everybody go through them, and they're not giving nothing to you. They're stealing all your IP. They're doing everything you're doing, and they're still expecting you to send more business to them. Of course you're going to have this. By the way, the person that, you know, all these people, we're going to talk about who he's about to hire. You know who I'm curious about who he's hiring? Let me tell you what job I'm curious about who he's hiring. Oh, man, I would love to see who's going to get this job. So, Tom, you and I would do this job with our eyes closed, and it would be so much fun. You ready for this? Let me read this to you. Hang on, I'm going to find this. And
while you're finding it, can I say one thing?
Hang on 1 second for me before you go there. Here we go. Watch this, and I'll just turn it over to you.
Yeah, no problem.
You ready? Watch this. You know how easy this would be, Tom? We'd have a blast with this. So these are all the different trade agreements that we have. U.S. has 14 trade agreements, okay, with 20 countries. One is a United States-Mexico-Canada agreement. It was written in 1994 under Clinton. You know who renegotiated it?
NAFTA?
No, that's not NAFTA. That's U.S. Mexico-Canada agreement. NAFTA's coming up. So actually, it is NAFTA. You're right. 1994. That's you know who renegotiated it? Trump. Okay. The United States Korea Free Trade Agreement. 2012. Obama. You know who renegotiated it? Trump. The Central American Dominican Republic Free Trade Agreement. You know who the president was? Bush. No new negotiations. Australia-U.S. Free Trade Agreement. Bush. No new renegotiations. Bahrain-U.S. 06 Bush. No renegotiations. Chile-U.S. 04 Bush. No negotiations. Colombia-U.S. free trade, 2012, Obama, no new renegotiations. Israel-U.S., 1985, Reagan, no major renegotiations. Jordan-U.S., 01, Clinton, none. Morocco-U.S., 06, Bush, none. Oman-U.S., 09, Bush, none. Panama-U.S., 2012, Obama, none. Peru-U.S., 09, Bush, none. Singapore-U.S., 04, Bush, none. Jeez. It would be a phone call like this. It would say, hi, this is Patrick with David and Thomas Ellsworth.
Hello, guys.
we would like to come visit you next week, in the next 2 weeks, and we want to have the following people, decision makers in the room. This is our trade agreement. We've looked at the surplus that we have and the deficit that we have. This will not be working for us moving forward. And based on the business analysts that we have here, we ran the numbers. In order for it to level out, we have to impose a 78% tariff on you. But if you're willing to buy products from us, here's the industries that we would like you to buy products from. You can commit to buying $7 billion of products a year from Ford, Chevrolet. You can choose to spend $5 billion on this. You can choose to spend $3 billion. But in total, you need to buy from us $22 billion for this to be even, okay? And I understand you're not happy about it. We'll be there next week. Please have the decision makers. We'll have our guys contact your guys to get a time on the calendar. Great. Boom, we're coming down. We would renegotiate every one of those contracts. This is crazy when you're looking at this. You know what this is kind of like? This is like you come to a company and a guy's been using all these different engagements with companies and they're overpaying. And someone comes in and says, hey, guys, it's not going to fly. I'm paying you 80% more. Why are you charging me so much? I just ran 3 different comparisons to you. You're charging me $780,000 more than the competitors do. You're either going to bring me down $900,000 and I'll stay with you or I'm leaving you. What do you want to do? A new CEO comes and renegotiates all those contracts. It's why so many people right now are sitting there saying, I'm going to invest into domestic companies because Trump's going to bring that business where? To the States. Adam.
Such an important point, and it gets, unfortunately,